days. Not all the local costs are approved, but we get some of them. So here's the big numbers. What I meant attractive interest rates. As of today, these are indications of what it would cost a borrower that's approved for a 5-year loan for $1 million. And this includes this is either a floating, the first number would be an indication for a floating rate in the country of Argentina, and the last number more indicative of what the fixed rate would be for the same time period. That's the all-inclusive cost on an annualized basis. There are some upfront fees that have to be paid, that's why I said an annualized basis. This includes the Ex-Im Bank exposure fee, our profit margin, what we want, all the work entailed, the legal fees. The only country I don't have it here is that we've done financing in is Paraguay, in Central and South America. This is for leasing companies. This is where we extend that same program that I was talking about. I have to be honest with you, we've done very few leasing companies, but we can extend a medium-term loan to a qualified leasing company in Central and South America with the same terms and conditions as if they were the buyer of the equipment. They, in turn, can provide an operating lease to their customer, which can be very attractive for them. They can bundle a number of smaller transactions. Let's say $150,000, you have several $150,000 deals, you will bring it up above our minimum of $500,000. That will make it attractive for us to go through the hell that we have to go through to get approved at Ex-Im Bank, the deal. And it is hell. Sorry, Wayne. just being realistic here. So that's the credit guarantee facility program. Typically, it's good for 1 year. That credit. So let's say we extended a leasing company in Guatemala $2 million. They would be able to use that facility for 1 year and provide operating leases to their clients in Guatemala. We in turn provide a 5-year loan. They would probably want a fixed rate, right? So that gives them match funding. They in turn can provide a match funding to their customers if they want to not live dangerously. And credit standards. Okay, there are credit standards that we have to look at when we are looking at leasing companies. Obviously, Wayne referred to their country limitation schedule. Pretty much wherever Ex-Im Bank is open, we can provide such financing. They need a 3-year track record. We do need audited financial statements. They do not have to be in English. They can be in Spanish or Portuguese. And we need a good bank references. This is a key item for criteria that we look at a leasing company. Net income greater than 1% of average total assets. If any of you if you want a copy of this presentation, by the way, leave me your card and I'll email it to you, or I can email it to Raphael.
It will be uploaded in any event.
Okay. Website. Oh, okay, very good. So this is all on the Ex-Im Bank website, but I just took out the key points here. These are guidelines. There's always exceptions to these rules. Out of these 7 criteria for manufacturers anyway, there are about 6 or 7 criteria, and we never see any companies that meet every single criteria. They may miss 1 or 2 or 3 even, but if our credit underwriters, we can tell a story. We can underwrite the credit saying if they go forward with this investment, their cash flow will improve, and so forth and so on. This is very important. I mentioned the word cash flow. This is a cash flow loan. We do not take a lien on the equipment. 99% of the time, we do not take collateral on the equipment we're financing for the buyer in Argentina. We have the guarantee or insurance of Ex-Im Bank. We have done a cash flow analysis and creditor underwriting on the borrower. We don't want to have to go secure ourselves with the asset, and it's very difficult to do so in these countries, as been mentioned previously. Wayne spoke about this a little bit later. Another way for leasing companies is to work directly with Ex-Im Bank. They can get their own MGA. There are a lot of benefits thereof. I think Wayne mentioned a number of them, but there are some challenges too. First of all, you can only do a financial lease. You can get funding not just at PEFCO. You could perhaps work with PNC. We could fund you if we have to work out the details. Do you have the back office expertise to actually get the credit approved at Ex-Im Bank? We find it very challenging to get credits approved at Ex-Im Bank, and a long, long time, 3 to 6 months for each deal. The leasing company comes to me, and wants us to provide a $2 million credit line, it's going to take 3 to 6 months to get approved. If you go to Exim Bank and want to get it under your own MGA, if you're a leasing company, it's going to take 3 to 6 months to get approved, no matter how good the buyer is in that country. It's a government organization, Exim Bank. It's a wonderful organization, has a great mission in life, create U.S. jobs, but it has have some issues with process. But once the buyer gets the financing, once the leasing company gets the financing, it's probably the cheapest thing out there. It's very flexible structure-wise, and once you get over those hurdles and you've done the first transaction, the second and third transactions are much, much easier because you have a track record with Exim Bank, having a repayment schedule and so forth and so on. We have multiple customers in our portfolio who have been borrowers of ours over multiple years. They keep coming back to the well to drink, which is we like. So, my contact information, but there's a lot of information here that we do have to go over, that we don't have time for, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions, as well as my panelists here.
I have one question.
Give the microphone.
You talk about the balance audited, need to be audited by local.
Sure, we do.
Only
It could be local, or it can be local as long as they're accepted. We do a due diligence on the auditing firm as well, if they're not a Pricewaterhouse or BDO, or
That is the question.
we do due diligence on them.
Madoff auditor, for example.
Sorry?
Madoff auditor. The auditor of Bernie Madoff.
Yeah, those are our favorite ones, right? He's a comedian over here.
It was a very small firm.
The auditor of Madoff. Basically, the okay to everything.
Thank you very much. Nick.
Thank you.